In my previous milk molar video, I showed you where to find all the milk molars in the grasslands, oak tree, koi pond, and hedge. In this video, we'll be exploring the Haze, picnic table, sandbox, trash heap, and black ant lab to find every milk molar in those locations. The next two milk molar videos will cover the eastern and western upper yard. Links for all the videos will be in the description of each video as they are uploaded. We're going to be starting off this milk molar video in the Haze area. If you're not aware where the Haze area is, it is the blue bubble here in the bottom left corner of the map. The reason it's this blue circle here is there's normally a gas cloud here. The gas is coming out of the weed killer over here. And for the purpose of this video, I plugged the weed killer just to make it easier for you guys to see. Normally, when you come over here for the first time, you're going to have the weed killer there. So most likely when you come through here, you're going to have the gas. So you'll just make sure you have a gas mask on, or you need the toxicology badge plus fresh defense. The gas mask will give you 100% immunity, and the toxicology badge plus fresh defense will give you probably about like 97, 98% immunity. So just be prepared. Also, what you're going to want to be looking out for is the infected bugs down here. So as you can see, they're everywhere. So the first one we're going to be doing is we're over here at Rake Rock, which is this rock that has the rake leaning up against it. And we're just going to fall down here. We're going to glide down into this little area down here and grab our first milk molar. Another thing you're going to want to have is a tier 2 axe, because you're going to pop these strange spores. Otherwise, they're going to do a decent amount of damage to you. And you'll notice the caverns have lots of infected larvae. So here's our first mega milk molar. It is down here just by the deck. What is that? Southwest from the Rake Rock. So after you grab that milk molar, what you're going to do is head up here and you're going to jump on this plant. This is how you're going to be able to get out of here. You're going to parkour up here, and we're going to be heading north. So we're going to hop around here all the way around, making sure not to hit our head on a leaf. Obviously, if you do it in third person, it's a little bit easier. And I wanted to show you one thing that's up here. So when you're heading up here, you're going to run past this rock, and I wanted to point out that there is actually a wolf spider spawn underneath of here. So be careful where this rock is for the hamster. There's actually a wolf spider den down there. So as you can see, the wolf spider sitting right there. The wolf spider will come out, or if you walk past it. So now let's head up north and find our next milk molar. So our next milk molar is going to be another mega milk molar. It's directly below the rake. So we are right here, just below the handle of the rake. So basically, after you come out from the other one, you just fall down into this little cavern here, and you can grab it, or you can walk down from over there. Now let's head up and out over here. So the way to get out of this, I would recommend, is going up this way, because the other way, obviously, you're going to want to collect all the resources that are down there. You can see there's lots of crow feathers in this area. The crow feathers do respawn. The upgrade rocks do not, but you want to make sure you grab all the upgrade rocks. So we're going to head past here, and then we're going to head down here to our next milk molar. So you'll find this field station. The field station is located just northeast of the weed killer and a little bit southwest of where we just came from. And directly below that is going to be our first regular milk molar, which is going to be down here in this cavern. The fourth milk molar in this area is going to be next to the walking path here. So the walking path is this stepping stone path that goes all the way from the house all the way up to the upper yard. And basically what you're going to do is just follow this down here. And again, there will normally be Haze stuff in here. So obviously you can see there's upgrade rocks for all science down there, but you're going to make a left, and here we're going to find our second regular milk molar. So we got one more to go. So let's grab that one real quick before we head on to our next area. And the fifth and final milk molar that is in the Haze area, this is just slightly outside of it, but it's kind of between the Haze and the sandbox, is going to be in the exposed pipe over here. So you may find this one from coming out of the Haze lab. I'll show you where the intersection is. Basically, what you're going to want to have when you go down here is a lighting source, and obviously you want something that makes you swim faster. So I'm just, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to throw on the fin flops. You're going to want a bubble helmet for this because it's quite a long tube. You're also going to want to make sure you have the tier 2 bone dagger, which you probably are going to have at one hand most of the time when you're in the lower yard anyway. But if we come from this direction, we're going to head straight down here, make a little left turn, and then we're going to come to an intersection. So the milk molar is going to be to the right here. If you're coming from the Haze lab, there's an exit of a broken pipe through the Haze lab. That'll be coming from that direction. So if you come from the Haze lab, you're going to make a left. Basically, when you get to the little T here, you're going to want to go down this pipe down here, and we're going to go all the way down here. Now, there's going to be quite a few soggy roots that we have to chop. So we're going to chop through these. We're going to have some enemies behind it that you would normally have to fight. Obviously, I'm in a custom game mode where they're not attacking me, so I don't have to fight them. We're going to chop these soggy roots and then head on through here. You can see there's a bunch of water fleas in here that you're going to have to deal with. There might actually be, there's also upgrade stones in here. As you're going through these pipes, make sure you grab everything. They're upgrade stones. Basically, when you go through, I'd go like double back in places just to get them. And as you can see behind the soggy roots here, it's going to be the third mega milk molar and the fifth one in the Haze area, as well as from raw science. So just to show you where that is on the map, that's here. But we did come in through the exposed pipe, which is over here in the water. So now with those 5 out of the way, let's move on to our next area, which is going to be the picnic table. Next up, we're going to be looking at the milk molars that are at the picnic table area. There's 4 over here, 2 mega milk molars and 2 regular milk molars. For this area, you're going to need to have the black ant shovel, which you can get from killing regular black ants and black soldier ants. So you're going to want to find some of those. They're over in the trash heap. I'm going to show you those a little bit later if you haven't found them yet. So if you haven't done that yet, you'll probably do the picnic table later, but it doesn't really matter which order you do these in. Now, do note there, you'll see there's infected ladybugs here. This is only because I plugged the haze. If you have not plugged the haze, these infected ladybugs will not be over here. So we're going to head over here and grab our first milk molar, which is going to be underneath gum inside of a footprint. This is the one where you're going to need to have the black ant shovel in order to dig it out. So it's going to be right down here under the table. So we're under the table. If you don't know where the picnic table is, it's this square over on the western side of the map. And basically underneath of here is going to be our first milk molar. So using the tier 2 shovel, we just dig this thing out. And you'll notice it's under here. So grab that mega milk molar. Then we're going to head straight down to the milk molar bottle down here to grab our second one. So down here inside of the milk molar bottle here, you'll notice there is a milk molar right down in there. So just to show you again where we are on the map, the first one was in the footprint that was up here. This one is down here in the bottle. Now what we're going to do is head over and we're going to grab the Minotaur key because we need the Minotaur key to open the chest that's on top. Okay, so I made my way over to this cracked pipe, and the cracked pipe is south of the picnic table in this little water area between the picnic table and the sandbox. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop down here, and you're just going to need to have, you really don't need anything breathing apparatus wise, but obviously if you just come from the haze area, you'll probably have the gill tubes or the bubble helmet. So we're just going to swim back here, and behind these soggy roots, we're going to grab the Minotaur key. We're going to need this to open up the chest that's at the end of the Minotaur maze that is on top of the picnic table. So we're going to grab that. Now we're going to head over to the leaning shovel so that we can get up on top of the picnic table. To get on top of the picnic table, you're going to need to go up the leaning shovel. The leaning shovel is right here. It is on the bottom right corner, south of the bottom right corner of the picnic table. Now, if you haven't already done so, there will be a rock behind here that's crackable. You have to throw an explosive at it. Once you break that rock, the shovel will fall over, and then you'll run up top here. So we're going to run up here. So when you're crossing this beam right here, you're probably going to have to fight both of these bees. So it's probably best to have a bow with you so you can just shoot them and then kind of try to floor them down so you can hide behind this spoon and not have to take on both of them at the same time because they will do quite a bit of damage to you, especially if you don't have decent gear. At this point, they can hit you pretty hard. So when you come up here on top of this book, you're going to have to actually strike this red button here with a tier 2. So you're going to need to use the insect hammer or the tier 3 hammer to hit that. What that's going to do is lower the handle down here and let you up on top of the picnic table. So the first one we're going to grab up here is going to be inside the Minotaur maze over here. Now these black ants will not aggro you. However, the bees up here will aggro you. So do be careful of that. So you're going to come up here and make a left. Obviously you want to go through the entire maze. A couple things that are up here. There's a crusty roly-poly piece back here. There's lots of crow feathers up in this area. There's also some raw science and gum around the other side of the maze. But we're going to come all the way back here. And this, actually the 20-sided die is something to mention here. If you hit this with a club, it will actually, getting it to where the 20s on the top will unlock the second tier of coup de grace. So basically what we're looking for is the Minotaur maze key, or the Minotaur maze chest here. Inside, obviously, we're going to grab this Mega Milk Molar. You can see there's a bunch of upgrade stones. There's actually a picnic table chip up here, and there's also a scab. So grab those. After you grab all that stuff, you're going to head out, and we're going to be looking to go into the lunchbox that's over here, because the lunchbox has our fourth and final Milk Molar. So going past the field station and the plate here that has food on it, the food up here is randomly spawned in. What we're going to do next is we're going to look down here, and you're going to notice that we have the Milk Molar sitting down there on the spoon. So what you're going to do is go down there and grab that. The one that was in the Minotaur maze is up here. So those are the 4 that are in the picnic table area, under the gum, in the Milk Molar bottle, at the end of the maze, and then inside of the lunchbox. So now with that out of the way, what we're going to do next is we're going to head over to the sandbox and grab the Milk Molars that are in that area. Next up, we're going to be going into the sandbox. There are 2 ways into the sandbox without building, although there actually might be a parkour way, but you can attach this zip line from the picnic table, which we just finished up. This costs 12 silk rope to attach. It's already pre-built. You can also come in from the Black Ant Lab, which is going to be down here in the trash heap. So either way, you're going to be able to get into the sandbox. The sandbox is the giant crab sandbox here, the square that is south of the picnic table and west of the haze. So what we're going to be doing is heading down here. In this area, there are a total of 5 milk molars. There's 3 regular milk molars and 2 mega milk molars. The first one we're going to grab is going to be actually up top. Now, one thing you need to know is if you go down here during the daytime and you don't have antlion armor on, you're going to have the sizzle effect. So you're going to want to make sure you have fresh defense at the very least. You can also eat some mint chunks. That'll actually slow that down a little bit. You also notice these antlions are here. These guys are all over the place. There are antlions both visible where they're inside the pits, as well as they just pop out of the ground. So I'd recommend after maybe you kill one of them to go scan for their parts so that you know where they spawn in. Because if you don't want to have 2 or 3 of them popping out of the ground at the same time. So as we go down here, the one thing we're going to need for this is you're going to want to bring the resources to make yourself the sap sconce. So the reason for that is you can actually use this trick to get up onto this pot without building. So we're going to head all the way down here to this pot. Okay, so we're down here by the pot. The reason you want to put a sap sconce here is because you actually cannot build off of the ground here. So if I try to place something, unless they've changed it, you cannot build from like right here. So what ends up happening is you either have to build from all the way down there or build out of the sandbox. However, you can place the sap sconce on here. So if you jump on this, you can actually use it as a little stepping stool. And what you can do is go over there and grab the first milk molar, which is this mega milk molar. Be careful. If you touch any of these cacti, you will take damage from him. Now, it's not as much as it used to be, but as you can see, there's a lot of them. So you want to make sure you try to avoid those. And just to show you where we are up on the ledge back here on the bottom right corner of the sandbox, sorry. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to head down. After you grab that one, you're going to head down into the sandbox itself so that we can grab the next one. So our next milk molar is actually going to be down inside of this antlion burrow here. So these guys are really tanky. The ones that are in the pits have like triple the health, I think, or double or triple the health of the ones that pop out of the ground. So they will actually take quite a decent beating before you take them down. My recommendation at this point would be to probably use a shield with the black ant sword, or you don't have to use a shield. I just like using fast attack weapons, or you can use stun weapons. It's really up to you. Normally what I would have would be the black ant sword because I can just wail on them pretty quickly. So obviously I'm in creative, so it's not going to matter, but we're going to take this guy out real quick. So after you kill the antlion, you're going to harvest the remains. One thing I should have also mentioned was you can actually, if you run around in a circle, you can actually just shoot them with a bow, and it's pretty simple to take them out. So as we come down in here, there's going to be another one. Well, there would be if I was not playing in a custom game mode. Another one's, as you can see, it's right here. It's burrowing. We'll pop out of the ground. And then here's the Mega Milk Molar, which is down here. So that's going to be right here where I'm standing. So this is the entrance to it, and this is where it's located in. Now we're going to go outside and grab the key here to the chest that's behind the sandcastle. So the key is going to be located right here. Now you can actually find this if you completed the Black Ant Lab. You'll be able to go into the Sandbox Outpost, and there will be a little drawing that tells you that at 1530, which will be 1530 up here in the corner, when the place where the shadow is from this thing, so there'll be like a little, it'll basically make a circle exactly where this is located, but you don't have to wait till that time to dig it up. So we're just going to dig the key up real quick. Then we're going to go behind the sandcastle to grab the milk molar that's in that chest. So there's the melted moat key. Now we're going to head behind the sandcastle, which is directly south. Okay, so we're hopping in the moat back here. So we were just down here. This is the sandcastle in the bottom left corner. What you're going to do is swim behind here, and there will be a treasure chest that is under the water. We're going to use that key to open it up. That's going to give us the next milk molar. It's also going to have the recipe for the salt Morningstar in it. So you definitely want to make sure you grab all of that. And we're going to go down here and open this little chest up and show you what's inside. So as you can see, we have the milk molar, and we have the, I think it's called the waterlog recipe. That is for the salt Morningstar. Make sure you grab both of those. Then next up, we're going to be heading onto the sandcastle itself. So to get to the sandcastle, what I normally do is build a little bridge across here. Now I built it nice and fancy out of weed stems. You can get weed stems and grass over there and just build a bridge over here. The alternative would be jumping off the ledge from the back there, and you can actually glide and parkour around. But either way, those are the two ways that you can get into it. So the milk molar is here. It is going to be up on top of the top. And as far as I know, there's no way to get to this without building. Although I guess you could jump off the fence if you could somehow get up there, but that just doesn't seem realistic. It's going to be easier just to grab some clovers, bring some weed stems over here, and then have some sap. I think there's a decent amount of sap inside the sandbox itself on these twigs. Should be enough to help you build up here. So basically all you're going to be doing is building up, get on top of the sandcastle because it's going to be on the pinnacle. Also up here is going to be a quest marker that you might get later on. So you might be able to kill two birds with one stone. So here's this milk molar on top of the tallest tower on the sandbox. And like I said, you'll later on get a trail marker quest for building up here as well. And then one thing to note while we're up here, just to show you, each of the corner pieces over here has stuff on them. So as you can see, there's upgrade rocks over there, and there's upgrade rock over there, and there's an upgrade rock over there, and there's raw science over there. So make sure you grab all that. Now we're going to head down and grab the last milk molar that's in the sandbox before heading to our next location. So to get outside to where the next one's going to be, we're going to go up this blue shovel over here, and here's the mixer if you haven't done that yet. Also, other things to note, there's human food spawns in here. There are there's lots of treasure. So the treasure will sparkle. You'll see it in the distance. I have a whole video for that, a whole video for where all the locations are for that, if you want to check that out. So what we're going to do is head up here, and we're going to fall down here and grab our next milk molar. This is the last one that's here. It's going to be the fifth and final one. And that is going to be up here. Actually, I could have fallen off further up, so I didn't have to do this little parkouring, but it's basically right up here. And this area is where this is exactly is pretty safe. There's some roly-polies up here, but they don't bother you. There are a lot of, they're just not rendering in. There's a lot of ore weaver spiders down there. So this is where the fifth and final milk molar is inside the sandcastle. So just to recap, We had the one that was in the flower pot that I used the sap sconce to parkour into, the one that was in the antlion den, the one that was in the sunken, or the, what is the moat treasure chest where you have to grab the key that's up here, the one on top of the sandcastle, and then of course this one over here next to it. So with those out of the way, let's head on over to the trash heap and find the ones that are there. Next up is going to be the trash heap. This is in the southwest corner of the map, south of the sandbox. Now for this area, you're going to want to make sure you have some type of protection from the gas. So you're either want a gas mask or the toxicology badge with fresh defense, or you want to have on or drink a gastro smoothie, which you could also use for the haze, because this gas back here does way more damage. So we're right here in the, basically we're looking at this, it's a tipped over garbage can. That's where we're going to be finding our first milk molar. Also back here, you're going to find a decent amount of candy. So we're just going to head straight on back through here. When you see that toxic cloud, the toxic symbol up there, or the hazard symbol, that is going to be the symbol for the gas. So when you're going through that, you're going to be taking damage. This actually does durability damage to your gas mask. That's how strong it is. So we're looking for this juice box here that's tipped over and the billy hog thing. And you'll see the milk molar is back here. So here's the mega milk molar behind the juice box. After you grab that, what you're going to do is we're going to head on top and get up on top of the spoon that's over here so that we can, or the tipped, it's this knife, the tipped over knife here, so we can get on top to go towards our next one. So we're going to head up here on top of the billy hog tray, go out here, go up top, and then we're going to be running across this branch over here to the trash bag. This one's pretty well hidden. There's also some raw science up here. There's also cracks in the trash can, so you can actually fall down and grab some of the stuff that's on top of the places you can't reach. So up here under the trash bag, hop on over here. Then we're going to be running across this shovel because they love to use shovels for giving us secret ways to get to places. We're going to be heading all the way up here to this blue coffee cup, which is going to have our next milk molar in it. There's also some, I believe, meaty gnats up here. So if you need to peep those or get their gold card, grab those because they're only really found in the trash heap. So as you can see, it's right here. We're in the cup on top of the, are we on top of the, yeah, on top of the trash can lid over here. So that's how you get that one. So now let's head down and grab our next one. There's only 2 more in this area. Then we're going to head into the black anthill and wrap this video up. So if you have a glider, the easiest way that's going to be to get down here is just going to be to jump off. You can go back down the way you came, but if you have a glider, it's going to be faster just to glide down here because our next milk molar is going to be back here inside of a crushed soda can that's in the water. So we're going to head back here into this corner behind these mushrooms. You're going to notice this little soda can is submerged under the water. Swim inside of here, and a clever place to hide our next milk molar, which is right here. And this is back here in the back right corner of the trash heap. So after you grab that one, you're going to head on out. And we're going to go straight north, looking for the yoked girth box. And that's going to be the location of the final milk molar. It's also going to be leading us to the black ant lab. So it's right up here. I'm going to get the torch out because it is getting a little bit dark. So we're looking for the yoke girth thing here. I think it's called like the blistered yoke girth pack or something. It is actually a landmark now. And here is our 4th and final molar here. So just to show you where that is, it is right here directly north of where we just were. Last but not least, we're going to be going into the black anthill. The black anthill has a total of 4 milk molars, 2 mega, 2 regular. If you don't know where the black anthill entrance is, it is going to be right here in the trash heap. You can also access it from the sandbox, but for this video, we're going to be coming in this direction. We just came from the yoked girth box that's back here. So we're going to head down on here. Now, as I'm going in here, what I'm going to let you know is I've already opened all the doors up. If you have not opened all the doors up, you're going to have to do that. I just wanted to get through this as quickly as possible to show you the locations. So I'm going to quit my torch and come down here. Black Ant Lab has lots of upgrade stones in it. It's also can be quite confusing. So just be mindful of that. What we're going to be doing is coming down the main entrance here. I'm going to go right past these rocks here. So make sure, like I said, grab all the upgrade stones that are in here because there are quite a few. The best strategy for getting through here is probably to just use a bow and pick off the soldiers one at a time, because the last thing you want to do is get the soldiers aggroed on you while all these workers are here, because then all the workers will turn on you. One other thing is there's also some upgrade stones like up on ledges like this, like over there. So make sure you grab all those. So we're going to basically head down here. And once you get to this fork in the road, we're going to go to the right to grab the first 2. So you're going to follow these lights down here to the right. And then we're going to go past this lab opening here. Normally that's locked when you first come in here, but I have unlocked all the doors already. We're going to keep staying all the way to the right as we go down here. And keep going, keep going. You'll notice there's quite a bit of soldiers. So our first milk molar is back there behind these roots. In order to get to that, what you're going to have to do is use a brat burst or splat burst to blow this rock up. So we're going to do this. Throw that back there. And as you'll see, there's usually a soldier behind it. Not sure how he got back there, but he is. So you have to fight him. Then you grab yourselves your first milk molar. So that's right here. I don't know. It's right here on the map. Not really going to help you out. So basically just stay to your right. So after you grab that one, you're going to come out here, and when you get to the little crossroads, we came from that direction. We're going to go to the right to grab this one real quick. So we're going to come out here. We're going to hug the wall to the left, go all the way over to this door over here. And we're going to go inside this door, and there's going to be one right there. Also, you can break the rock back there and get up top. I think there's a chest up there or something, so you can grab that. Then we're going to head back the way we came from so we can get back to the original starting location. So from this place, we're going right, and then we're going right. And then we're going to follow past where we just came from. We're going to keep going all the way back up here to the intersection that we initially started at. So head on up here. And like I said, there's just tons of upgrade stones in here. So if you're looking for upgrade stones, it's a good place to come to. So we're going to go back past this lab that we originally went past on the left, all the way back up here until we get to the little cross path, or the fork in the road here. So this is where you come in originally. We just went that way. This time we're going to go to the left and grab the other 2 milk molars. We're going to go over here, past these ants. You actually don't need the torch. I'll turn that off for just a second. And what you're going to do is just go straight ahead into the lab area over here. And we're going to head down here. You're going to need some more explosives because there's going to be an area here that has 2 little rocks. So we're going to throw our explosive over here, or drop it in this case. Just get behind the door so you don't take damage. That one opens up. Once the rocks move out of the way, there's going to be another one. So you can grab that raw science. You can blow this thing up down here. After the rocks clear out of the way, we're going to head back here in the corner. And it's going to be a gold milk molar, mega milk molar up here on this ledge. So you're going to hop back here and go right there. So that's where that one's located. Now we're going to come out of here and continue the path we were traveling originally. It's going to be down here to the left. So that's where we just came from. We're going to go down here. Follow this path all the way down to the end. This is where the assistant manager is located over there. But what we're going to do is hop up here to the right and grab this one. So that's the last milk molar. So that was 2 milks, 2 megas. That's where they all are. So that's all 22 milk molars, 11 of each in the Haze, picnic table, sandbox, trash heap, and black ant lab. Links for all the milk molar videos will be down in the description of each video in the series. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button, and here's another video you might find helpful as well.